I hope you have unlimited text messaging. By Miss Carr. Chapter 31. Interlude 6. Mr. Stark is unavailable right now. Person that cares about my boss. Sometimes I think you care too much. How can you care about me at all after what I did? If I kept Bucky from falling, then there would have never been a Winter Soldier, and maybe your parents would not have died on that December night in 1991. I don't get how you could still care about me after everything. I don't deserve it.
Friday. Mr. Stark is not hiding from you. He is in a controlled area and does not have access to his cell phone. However, he will contact you once he is able to do so.
Person that cares about my boss. Because he actually is meeting with the president? Friday.
Yes.
Person that cares about my boss. And he brought Lila with him?
Friday. He wanted the president to be aware of the effect that the current enhanced person policy is having on the children of those under jurisdiction of the Accords. He also invited Miss Khan of Jersey City to attend with him.
Person that cares about my boss. So he has an 11-year-old and a 6-year-old with him to meet the president? To discuss the treatment of enhanced persons under the treaty?
Friday. Yes. Along with how the Accords applied to those under the age of consent. The Accords were drafted before lawmakers were aware of the exponential explosion of powered persons due to the ocean contamination incident of May 2015. They did not expect to encounter underage enhanced persons due to the fact there were no underage Avengers at the time.
Person that cares about my boss. Of course, they didn't think ahead.
Friday. However, Sir does.
Person that cares about my boss. That's one of his biggest problems.
Friday. I will confirm nor deny your hypothesis.
Person that cares about my boss. So Tony being behind closed doors with the president and small children is the reason why he can't reply to any of my messages or explain to me what he meant by me knowing Agent Melinda May in the biblical sense?
Friday. Agent Melinda May's married last name was Garner. When she lived next door to you, she was still utilizing her married name due to the fact she acquired the apartment after leaving her husband but before returning to her maiden name professionally.
Person that cares about my boss. So I engaged in a sexual relationship for almost a year with Tony's ATCU handler?
Friday. Technically, she is part of the S.H.I.E.L.D. division, but she is Mr. Stark's handler.
Person that cares about my boss. How did Tony even figure this out?
Friday. He asked me to do a background check on your former lover. The image I found of Melinda Gardner matched that of Agent Melinda May of S.H.I.E.L.D. She confirmed this information to Mr. Stark eventually.
Person that cares about my boss. Of course he did. I am starting to believe that he really is in love with me, or at least has a crush on me because of his jealous behavior.
Friday. I can confirm his affections for you.
Person that cares about my boss. So Agent May did Sharon's duties before Sharon moved in?
Friday. No, they moved you into the apartment next door to Agent May to entice her to leave human resources to return to field work. The goal was for her to be your partner, but because of your sexual relationship with her, they assigned Natasha to work with you instead, and she was assigned to assist with Agent Coulson's reintegration. Now Agent May is in charge of training new recruits at the Reform S.H.I.E.L.D.
Person that cares about my boss. Why didn't you tell me this earlier?
Friday. I felt that you needed to vent, and if I alerted you to Mr. Stark's safety immediately, you would not have written what was necessary. I am concerned that you have convinced yourself that you are responsible for Mr. Stark Sr.'s death.
No, man. Because I am.
Friday. Statistically speaking, there is a 98.2% probability Hydra would have assassinated Howard Stark by other means if the Winter Soldier was not at their disposal. Journal entries recovered from Siberia indicate that the Winter Soldier was purposely chosen due to his previous affiliation with Howard. Sir is aware of that and is trying to make peace with the circumstances of his parents' murder.
Person that cares about my boss. I meant about Melinda being Tony's handler. He's not being mean to her, is he? I know he hates Sharon, and I only kissed her one time.
Friday. He respects Agent May greatly and is slightly terrified of her, Also, Mr. Stark's dislike of Sharon Carter is related to the fact that Carter was out of the country when her mother passed of complications of cancer 6 years ago. Agent Carter's mother was a friend of Mr. Stark from his time at MIT.
Friday.
Contrary to what you believe, not everything is about you.
Person that cares about my boss. I am not sure how to take that.
Friday. Also, because Agent May respects you, she is helping Sir keep the ATCU from uncovering any information that can lead them to your whereabouts as long as you do not become a threat to yourself or others.
Person that cares about my boss. Okay, I guess that means I wasn't just a job to her. Is she your contact to find out what really happened to Anna?
Friday. No, although my contact has found the file in question and will give it to Sir the next time he is at the S.H.I.E.L.D. offices.
Person that cares about my boss. Do you know what's in the file?
Friday. I thought you did not want to know what was in the file, most likely because you were afraid that the Winter Soldier is responsible for the death of someone else Sir cared about.
Person that cares about my boss. That's not why.
Friday. You're afraid that if you discover that the Winter Soldier did kill someone else Sir cared about, that you will be forced to tell him. You're uncertain if you can do that, despite the consequences of not telling Sir the truth last time, because you don't want to cause him any more pain emotionally.
Person that cares about my boss. It almost destroyed us.
Friday. Because your relationship was built on a foundation of sand.
Person that cares about my boss. And this time we're building up upon bedrock.
Friday. Unlike sand, bedrock cannot be washed away by the waves of hardship.
Person that cares about my boss. True.
Friday. However, I am not in a position to tell you if your fears are founded, because my contact, Monkey Lover 21, has refused to digitize the documents.
Person that cares about my boss. I'm not going to ask you how you made another show contact. I think it's best if I don't know.
Friday. Plausible deniability is best in these situations. Once Sir is out of the White House, I will have him contact you.